This is part 3 in what I'm learning as I'm rethinking resilience. Today is about reframing. And again, just like the concept of resilience itself, this is a concept that has been really helpful to me over the years. And I'm just looking at it a little bit differently today. This is again also not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. There is a time and a place for the tool of resilience. There is a time and a place for the tool of reframing. And here's where I think reframing can be really helpful. In those small irritations, in those little annoyances that we have in our day, to get some perspective on this is really not that big a deal. To be really current, really recent, we were just at a conference and found out that someone there had just lost her husband in a car accident. She had 3 little kids, and just the reminder that in an instant, life can be taken. And we were saying, gosh, why was I worried about what my hair looked like today? That's a really good use of reframing. Where reframing gets not as helpful is when it is used to just push through the pain or suppress our very real emotions. And sometimes it can be used in a way that is not helpful in our long-term dealing with some of the bigger things. Sometimes it gets into the realm of toxic positivity, which, as someone who has positivity in my top 10 strengths, I sometimes have a little bit of pushback to that phrase, toxic positivity. But where that comes into play is when somebody maybe is sharing with us or vice versa, and the response is, you know what, it's all going to work out. It's all going to be okay. And that may be true, but it doesn't help in the moment. It doesn't help us to actually deal with those difficult emotions. One thing I've heard recently is that pain is a signal. And what is it trying to teach us? Reframing is usually not the tool here. Looking at feeling our feelings, again, I struggle with this. I don't love to feel my feelings. I really don't. But I know how important it is in growing forward. And that's what we're trying to reevaluate as we're thinking about rethinking resilience. Resilience, again, as a recap, is about bouncing back. And sometimes we need to just bounce back so we don't fall apart. But more often, especially in the long run, what we're really after, what we're really looking for in human flourishing is growing forward. So let's think about this in those terms today and come back for part 4.